Hey, thanks so much for watching my YouTube channel. We're continuing our series today on starting over. So last week we talked about Jacob and who he was and his mindset and kind of how he set himself up to be a manipulator and a deceiver and all these things that were difficult. But Jacob also had several points in his life where he started over. And one of those points happens in Genesis chapters 28 through 30, and he starts over. He's running away from his family because he just deceived his dad, manipulated his dad to get the blessing. He made his brother angry with him, Esau, because he kind of manipulated him, tricked him, deceived him to get his birthright. And so he's alienated half of his family. He's running away. But it's also a place where he's starting over. And in this start over, he has an experience with God. In Genesis chapter 28, he has a dream and he sees what we call Jacob's ladder. He sees angels going up and down and he talks with God. God talks with him. And God says to him, I'm going to keep you, I'm going to bless you, I'm going to watch over you, protect you, bring you back to this land. And I encourage you, when we start over, it's very essential that we integrate God and we're open to God, interrupting, intervening, and coming in and saying, hey, and getting God's input on a start over. A lot of times we have our own ideas, what it should look like, the outcomes, the goals that we want. But if we don't start with God in the process, and at the very beginning, at the foundation of starting over, if we don't get that divine input, divine direction, then I think we set ourselves up to just kind of have repeated failures. It's like Groundhog Day all over again, coming up in February, seriously. So when you think about starting over, I would encourage you, particularly in the month of January, to take some time and really settle in. Inventory from last year, inventory from your past, and see where there's some deficiencies and some negative things, but also saying, okay, God, I need your input. I need your direction. I need your goals. And sometimes I think we need to be careful that it's not only God's input and God's goals, God's direction, but just even keeping company and presence and fellowship. And one of the things I pray is that God would calibrate my soul, calibrate my heart, my mind, my thoughts, so that I could be aware and sense Holy Spirit throughout my day. And I really value that because that company, that continual presence, my awareness of Holy Spirit always with me, helps facilitate that ongoing mindset for the starting over. So I just encourage you today that starting over, we've got to have God as part of the do-over, as part of the process of starting over. Thanks so much for watching. I encourage you to give me some feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down, any kind of comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it, Mrs. Luna, Sammy. You guys are always awesome, so thank you again. And I encourage you to subscribe. Love to have you subscribe. Pass this on to your friends because we've all want to start over, have a fresh start, especially when we think of a new year. So thanks again for watching. And of course, we have a concluding joke because that's always when you want to groan and you wait for it. So here's your joke. Is it possible? Can February, March? Well, I don't know, but April, May. I know, you're like, I don't get it. February, March, April, May. April, May, March. Okay, thanks. You're like, oh, I hope this gets better. It will, I promise. Next week will be like amazing. We'll start over again. Thanks. God bless. Bye.